What's up, gang? It's Willie Rebuild back with another one. Coming live from Area 51. Give y'all a little update of what I've been doing. I done pulled the fenders off old rat nest. And I done got down to taking care of all my little pieces. Tail light extension, spoiler, fender extensions. This one here cracked on the end, as you can see, but other than that, crack is in good shape. So I got another one that's kind of banged up. I'm gonna cut that piece off of there and fiberglass it in, and that way we ain't gotta buy a new one. That's an OEM one. I'd rather use the factory one anyway. But I done went ahead and reprimed my back bumper. I had to make a couple of repairs on it, but it came out pretty nice, as you can see. Primed it in and it's ready for the final block sand, as well as the fenders, not the fenders, my quarter panels. Quarter panels done been blocked in high build primer, and they ready for the final block sand, 320 grit. What else? The doors, I didn't mess with the doors yet because I'm gonna take these doors off the car. As you can see, in Area 51, I'm limited on space, so I can't take everything off at one time, cause I ain't really got nowhere to mess with it at, all the parts off at one time. So I take a few parts off, prime them in, sand them, and put them to the side. Because Money Mike got this other car next door that he painting it, getting ready to paint as well. So we can't have everything broke down at one time. But I'm gonna take the doors off, replace the door pins. I don't know if you can see, but let me see where it's at. Right there, you can see that the bushing on that door pin is cracking. The door is still open and closed good, but we don't want to paint the car and then the door go to sagging, and then we got to be messing with the doors. So I'm gonna put new door pins in it and take the doors off. That way I can prep the inside of the doors and the door jamb as well. And I'm gonna paint the car. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take the doors off, I'm gonna paint the insides of them, paint the door jambs, and put it back on the car. And then we'll paint the car with the doors and the fenders on it. Probably, maybe, I might put the fenders on, I might keep them off. But the doors going back on for sure when we bring it to the paint booth. The fenders, I done went ahead and cleaned them up, primed them on the inside. As you can see, I done cleaned them up, primed them on the inside. I also sprayed inside of the fender with some bed liner to give it the factory look, the way it came from the factory. This quarter panel here came out real nice. This the quarter right here that I had to work. Me and old Money Mike, the 30-year body man, we hammered and dialed it and hammered and dialed it and played with it. And it got a skim coat of Bondo right back here on this area. But not a lot of Bondo. If you put a magnet on it, the magnet will still stick to the metal up underneath it. This quarter here also done been hit with the last coat of primer and is ready for the final block sand. It's ready. This one here ready for paint as well. Same thing on this side. I didn't mess with the door with the final coat of primer, but it has been blocked down. I just need to put the final coat of primer on it and hit it with 320, and it's ready to be painted. Same with the fenders. The fenders final coat of primer and they ready to be painted. Other than that, I took my manual gauge back off the car and put the put the gauge, put the sensor back on there, as you can see down there in the back right there. Put a brand new sensor on it, since we knew our oil pressure and all that's good to go now. I went ahead and put the gauge, put the sensor back on so I can work the factory gauge. But other than that, that's what I've been doing, gang. Just getting these pieces prepped up and getting everything ready for we can go ahead in the boot with it. But before we go to the boot, me and Mike gonna go ahead and switch spots, cause since he been working on the Malibu, he haven't been working on the Riviera. And since my car is closer to paint, we gonna go ahead and switch spots. I'm gonna slide the dry shaft in it, and then I'm gonna get it outside and go over the car one last time before we go to the paint booth. Cause I did find I found two low spots. One of the low spots was on my quarter panel patch replacement, right down here in this area at the bottom. I seen that when I was blocking it, put a skim coat of glaze on it and filled that in, and it was good to go. And I also found another low spot down here in this area here, but I done made the repair on that one. That one there was a little bit more deeper, so I had to go ahead and put a skim coat of fill on it, and then I came back with glaze and re-primed it, blocked it down, and everything was looking good. So this quarter is ready to go. Mostly the whole car is ready to go. Another spot that I had to finish, it wasn't a repair, I had to finish when I welded my A-pillars in. I couldn't access this area right here with the I couldn't access the area with the fender on it, so I needed to weld, put a couple of spot welds back in there, and I went ahead and seam sealed it back in just how the factory had it. Same thing on the passenger side. Went ahead and seam sealed that back in, put a couple of spot welds back in it the same way the factory had it, and sealed it back in. Actually, I need to put a little seam sealer right here on this lip. As you can see, you want to fill all those gaps back in, because that's what they did from the factory. That stopped water from moisture from getting inside of the panel. So I need to put a little dab of seam seal on that side right there. Let me see if this one here don't have that little gap. That's what the factory did. Everywhere they had a little gap where the panels join, they just filled it up with seam sealer. So that side there, I need to put a little dab of seam sealer back in there. But other than that, gang, everything going smooth. But I need y'all help on this here deal. I don't know if I want to paint Rat Nest back the original color, which was maroon, as you can see on the door. That was the original color. Or if I should go with the white. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about the color. White or maroon, that's the two colors I got in mind for it. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. But I'm just giving y'all a short update, letting y'all see where I'm at. I'm still working on it, baby. Taking it loose one piece at a time and taking my time, trying to do the best to get the best outcome on the paint job as I can get. It's Willie Rebuild. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to get with y'all on the next one.